That ushers me into Money Minute Radio Show. I'm sure everybody wants to make money. So if you want to make money, join me right here. I'm on the show. All right, it's a great show, Money Minute with United Capital Plc. On this show, what we do is to share with you tips and tricks on how to manage your personal finance, make informed financial decisions, and ultimately navigate your way to financial freedom. In the studio with me, as usual, I have Akinsoji Akintola. He's a resident financial advisor at United Capital Plc. Today, we'll be discussing a topic for entrepreneurs and business owners out there. So, financing opportunities for SMEs. That's what we have. So, if you have questions, you can send me a message on 0809 155 1055. You can also dial the same number, 0809 155 1055. You can send us questions on Twitter, and you can tag at United Cap and using hashtag Money Minute with UCAP. All right, Akinsoji, lovely to see you here.
Thank you, Sheon, for having me. Good evening to our listeners here in Ibadan and Nigeria as a whole. It's good to be in the studio once again.
Okay, so before we go into the topic of the day, can you give us an insight into the situation of things as it's related to SMEs and Nigerian economy, whatever is related to them, in terms of the economy and SMEs?
All right. Thank you very much for that question. It's important to understand the background and the problems before we begin to talk about the solutions. Currently in Nigeria, as it is today, SMEs are considered one of the most important industries for sustainable economic development. They are major drivers of our economy. This is apparent because they are less capital intensive and very flexible in filling, the need in the function market. Exactly. In fact, according to statistics, SMEs in Nigeria have contributed about 48% of the national GDP. Wow. You can imagine, in the last 5 years. So you can see the significance and impact of this sector. But unfortunately, there is a huge gap, in financing that they are currently experiencing, which has reduced their growth and development, as well as that of our economy. It's also confirmed that the number of SMEs dropped from about 41 million in 2017 to about 39 in 2020, which is about 40 exactly. Decrease. So this, as it stands today, shows the lack of finance is a major challenge facing SMEs in Nigeria, and solutions to this funding challenge is what we are here to talk about today.
So that leads me to the first question for the real topic that we're dealing with. Now that you said the major problem is financing, let's do this question quickly before we go for this commercial break. How can SMEs access financing? And if you can give us these financing opportunities will be what I want to hear. So, but 0809 155 1055, if you want to ask a question right now, you can punch that number on your phone and ask him questions. I'm sure he has something obviously for you today. If you want financing for your small business, this is the right time to do that. 0809 155 1055. So open up the channels for us.
All right, quickly, there are several financing opportunities available to SMEs. However, because of our time, I'll specifically talk about 4 of them, which are available.
Someone is calling you. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. What's the name? Where are you calling me from?
My name is Lawal. I'm calling from within Ibadan.
Lawal. So we have a question for Mr. Akinsoji. Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to know what areas of where we can source finance. I'm an artisan. I make footwear.
Okay, area where you can source for finance for.
Yes, please. I'm a registered business anyways. I make footwear, leather craft in general.
Okay. So just keep listening.
And I've been running it for a while.
Okay.
It's not like a startup business, so I need financing to start from where I've gotten to.
All right. So just keep listening. He's about to give us like 4 areas where you can raise money for yourself.
Thank you.
All right. As in that's one person you are speaking to.
Exactly. Oh, okay. So before we go on, it's appropriate to specify, the financing options available to SMEs. However, there's also criteria that are appropriate for SMEs depending on the stage of development of the business, the short to long term plan of the business, the management experience, and what have you. And basically, these 4 options that I'm going to quickly mention are the commercial papers. Is an unsecured short-term debt instrument used by corporate entities to meet the working capital requirements and pay off short-term debt. So we equally have the private secured notes, which typically is a type of loan or corporate bond that is backed by the borrower's asset as a form of collateral. So if in the case where the borrower defaults on the note, the asset pledged acts as collateral, can now be used to repay the loan. We equally have the private equity, which is an alternative investment class and consists of capital that is not listed on the public exchange. And lastly is the private bond, which is a municipal bond that is issued to finance a project that benefits a non-governmental entity. So these, in short, are the 4 major funding options that is available to SMEs.
Now, the guy that called us said he makes footwears.
Exactly.
These commercial papers, private secured note, private equity, private bond, big English, big technical words. Break it down for him. Can he access any of this one? A man who makes footwears.
Absolutely. Yes, it's accessible to any SME. These funding options.
Okay.
All that we need to do first is to profile the business. Like I said earlier, to know what the short to long term plan is, what stage the business is in, and the wealth of experience that the management of the business has and can offer. Once all of this is profiled, it avails us, to be able to ascertain what exactly fund option will best suit the business.
So it's just like
grow.
a patient going to a doctor.
Exactly.
You need to diagnose something.
Exactly.
You need to profile.
Exactly.
So if you profile him, do you have an opportunity for them to get profiled?
Yes, there is. All they need to do is to visit us. Firstly, there must be standard documentation that's given. They must be well documented, under the law. They must be
it's
able
a registered
to provide,
business.
yes, to show that they are documented and certified to carry out that business, and several others. But when they come around, you can speak to us, and then we'll take it up from there.
All right, he has something that he's organizing very soon, so let's take a break. He'll tell us about it. Stay with us.
Making money? That can be hard. Saving money? That can be harder. But investing your money? That should be a breeze. At United Capital Plc, ease and accessibility are our watchwords. Our investment solutions are tailor-made to help you grow your wealth. With our Invest Now platform, you can invest in Naira and dollar-denominated mutual funds, stocks, trusts, and even access loans, all from the comfort of your mobile phone. To get started, visit www.investnow.ng. Download the Invest Now app from Play Store or App Store. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.
It's Morning Minute Show, sponsored by United Capital PLC, and you heard it. So, what is that thing that you have up your sleeve that you want people to know?
Okay, we would be running a webinar very soon, just to avail those businesses that are currently facing the challenges of funding, the opportunity to, know that there are other options aside from the conventional bank facilities that most of them are used to. This webinar would provide access and information on how best, they can access this fund. And this will be coming up very soon. So I implore every business out there, to stay close to us and look out for more details on this.
Wonderful. These options that we read, these commercial, private, are they open to all kinds of SMEs or are specific to one specific SMEs?
Thank you very much for that question. Capital raise, funding options are generally open to all SMEs, right? But our typical clients are those who are into production, just like the caller said, those in the importation and exportation business, as well as distribution. We equally look at fintechs, those in the agribusiness, FMCGs, healthcare, and so more.
Okay, so how do we start?
Okay, well, starting is not big. All you need to do is to reach out to us by email on Ibadan office at unitedcapitalplcgroup.com and info at unitedcapitalplcgroup.com, and our Ibadan office line also, which is 090 39855152. I don't know if I should take that again. It's 090 39855152. And just like I said, there is our SME financing webinar coming up very soon, accessing fund for business financing prospects is also to avail businesses the opportunity around, funding and expanding their businesses.
Because of time, can you call the number again?
All right. The office number again is 090 39855152.
152. Mr. Akinsoji, thank you for being on the program today. I'd like to say that don't forget to follow United Capital on their social media handles. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at United Capital PLC, and on Twitter at United Cab. And that's on the program today. Thank you for coming, Mr. Akinsoji.
Thank you so very much for having me. And we lastly would want to encourage SMEs out there to begin to not to get discouraged, but rather to begin to look at the opportunities that are available to them. And United Capital will be more than willing, to support you as you try to grow your businesses. Thank you.
So our caller, you can get in touch with him. He has wrote the number out. I hope you were able to capture the number. If not, you can get in touch with Splash FM as well. We'll direct you to United Capital PLC. I am Oluwaseun Omakiola. Good evening.
It's one thing to desire wealth. It's another thing to achieve it. It's one thing to work for money. It's another thing to make money work for you. To take your finances to the next level, you need someone to show you the ropes. At United Capital PLC, we provide you with the support you need to achieve your financial goals. Whether it's capital raising, trustee services, stock trading, mutual funds, or loans, our seasoned financial advisors are available to help you make the best investment decisions. For more information on our services, go to www.unitedcapitalplcgroup.com or visit us at any of our offices in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, Kaduna, Warri, Onitsha, Ibadan, and Ghana. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.